ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel Watcher. And unfortunately for them, they have gotten into quite a wee bit of drama, quite a bit of a drama situation with Watcher. These are the ex-BuzzFeed guys. They put together this channel where they're talking about mysteries and ghosts, and they've been doing super duper well. Like super duper well. They recently released a video right here. I'm gonna just copy the link to show you how many dislikes the video has, because that's the best way to measure if the video is appreciated properly. Saying goodbye YouTube. Where in a nutshell, they announced that they no longer want to continue uploading to YouTube regularly, and they want to instead put everything behind a streaming service paywall. This video was hit with 87% dislikes, sitting at 246,000 dislikes to 37 likes. This went absolutely horrendously. Now, I have a lot of opinions because they've also recently released an apology, an update. You know, whenever you have three dudes sitting together on a couch, you know that the day is getting good. But I am going to be talking about this because I don't think they should be forgiven. I know a lot of people, like CoffeeZilla made a video saying, good apology, we forgive them, they fixed their mistakes. Unfortunately, I'm a bitch. A little bit of an asshole. But that's why you're here, okay? So, Moist Critical covers the situation pretty damn well, and there are just so many issues with the update apology video. It's only 3 minutes, and we're going to be watching it towards the end. I want you to get the full coverage of this story, and so I can properly exemplify to you exactly why I stand by my opinion. The fact that this is unforgivable. You're gonna fucking hate me for this one. Oh god, I already know I'm gonna get hate. But listen, I say the opinions as they are. Alright, let's see what Mr. Moist has to say.
Group made an announcement. Yesterday, a beloved YouTube group made an announcement, and it did not go over well. They ended up getting dunked on more than a Fisher-Price basketball hoop. It is the YouTube channel.
Dunked on more than Sneako's girlfriend with 17 other men, just getting dunked around. Yeah, I have lots of the sex, so I know all the terminologies.
Watcher, as they announced their subscription-based paywalled content strategy
Boo! I hate subscription-based paywalled content streaming strategies. Do you know how annoying it is anyway just to have Netflix? Bro, and I have Netflix and Prime and Disney and Hulu and Max, and I had to take out an extra mortgage on my house to keep all that shit up. Now, Watcher, YouTube channel of a couple of dudes talking to a camera. They want to paywall their shit. Oh, by the way, this is a wonderful segment for me to say. Everyone that's saying that I should start paywalling my Adventure Time content just because I keep getting copyright claimed, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make paywalled content. Y'all have suffered enough.
Going forward, it is really interesting. So, for those that don't know, this is a very popular YouTube group called Watcher. They make very well-produced content. I was unfamiliar with this channel until today with this news, but I was familiar with their work previously, like before they were Watcher. But
yeah, they were BuzzFeed. They were BuzzFeed Unsolved. And what's so ironic is that I'm pretty sure they were like the very pro-piracy people. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But I think they were pro-piracy, right? So they're really making a streaming service where their own their own ideology is just to pirate their shit. Like, come on, that's really funny.
They've been crushing it, clearly. Almost 3 million subs.
Yeah, I really wanted to get into the financials here. My guess is Charlie will actually get into it a little bit later in this video before we actually break down. Maybe he'll change my mind. Maybe my dude will change my mind, and I will start thinking that they actually deserve to be completely forgiven and shit. But I really, really don't. He does? Okay, good. So I'll save my thoughts for there.
Every video getting like 1 million views, pretty much. It's all very high quality content. So then today, they posted this video, Goodbye YouTube. And it's like a really heartfelt video about what YouTube means to them.
XQC disagrees with Charlie on them being greedy? How could you disagree with that? Listen, I'm a capitalist, okay? Make the fucking bag, brother. Take the bag, make the bag, go for the bag. But they're making the bag. They literally are. Okay, listen, I don't want to get into conspiracy theory hoopla, but they are making, easily, like, easy peasy schmeezy pickles, over $150,000 a month on their YouTube channel. I did the quick maths, okay? Their YouTube channel gets 12 million views in a month, okay? 12 million views on videos that long with retention that way. That's over 50K. I'm just saying, that's over 50K. They also post all these videos with ads, right? How often are they posting? They're posting weekly, okay? They post weekly. Each one is an ad, and they're getting millions of views a video. Each ad is probably paying them $30,000. So $30,000 each on 4 videos. That's $120,000 plus another probably $60,000 in ad revenue off 12 million views a month. That's $180,000 plus the at least $65,000 a month they're making on Patreon. Shit, that's even more than I thought. Yo, they probably make like $240,000 a month between all their revenue sources. Now let's shrink it down to a meager $200K. They could pay for 4 Verbalace Has-Been Hotel animations a month, god damn it. But they probably make like $200K a month. All right, that was the quick maths. I'm sure Charlie is gonna be more accurate and shit because he has he actually has an agency that sells ads to YouTubers, so I'm sure he'll be more accurate. But my ballpark estimate is $200K a month or higher. Like, that is lowballing it. So them then wanting to paywall content is a massive red flag, especially when they are living an extravagant lifestyle compared to the content they need to produce. It's not like all the money they need to be going into their content.
And it's very dramatic. You know, it's saying things like, if this is my last time on YouTube, what a fucking ride it's been.
Bro, I love the everyone out there needs to say goodbye. Everyone out there needs to slightly wave at the camera. What a ride it has been. It has been so difficult. I cry to all of you, my weenies. That's the name of their fan base. They're weenies. I just made that up, but I like that. That's now part of the lore. To all of my weenies, I may never see you again unless you give me money. In which case, hi.
It's like the end to a 1990s action movie. YouTube, you son of a bitch, we had a good ride. That kind of thing, as they sail off into the sunset. But what they're actually doing is they're moving to their own subscription-based website.
Yes, sir.
So the strategy is they're going to be releasing a couple of episodes still on YouTube, but the rest of that season will be exclusively behind paywalled content at watchertv.com. The video...
Boo! Dude, how awful does that sound? It sounds so bad. It literally sounds so bad.
Video is getting absolutely bombarded.
Oh yeah, I honestly, even though that I do think that they're greedy for this, and I think that their apology is kind of unforgivable, and I will get into more specifics why. I do believe that in the grand scheme of YouTube drama, this is kind of a nothing burger, right? Like, let's agree that everyone's having a good time shitting on them for making an obviously awful PR decision and an obviously greedy decision, but as far as YouTube drama goes, they didn't hurt anybody, okay? Like, they're just greedy, and people are getting to see them for who they are.
Dislikes, and a lot of people have soured their impression of this group, regardless of what they decide to do going
Oh, hi, I'm soured. How are you doing?
forward, even if they do backtrack this decision. It's a maneuver that just did not land. They went for a kickflip and ended up breaking both their ankles on this bad boy here. And it's pretty simple to understand why. It's
pretty simple to understand why they're getting hate. They decided to, instead of give you the thing that they've been giving you for free, they decided to say, oh, hey, all of you people that have been supporting me for all this long, now you have to pay for it. No shit, that'll make people upset.
The whole concept of the content you were getting for free is now no longer going to be
exactly,
free.
bro.
That just always leaves the
Bro wants to have the Krabby Patty secret formula and eat it too.
Taste of shit in people's mouths. It's the worst flavor. No one likes a poop pop. So, understandably, a lot of people were voicing their concerns and their disappointment with this. Honestly, Watcher probably would have found more success if they made an announcement stating that one of the members had hit a deer on their way into work, and they had no remorse or something.
Literally, Keemstar got less hate when he ran over a dog on Christmas than they got. For the... I think it's just... It's the 180. It's people seeing this channel that's obviously making insane amounts of money just sit out there and be like, yo, we figured out a way that we can maybe even make more money. Like, I feel like that's the wild side. And it's also the fact they say, we're just making like $6 a month. Literally, everyone can afford it.
Something like this hasn't been really a home run for them here. They said they made the service $5.99 because everyone and anyone can afford it.
Bro, that's exactly what I was about to harp on. Holy shit.
When did they see that? Well, I must have missed that statement. Was it in this video somewhere and I just am forgetting it? Because that is a crazy thing to say.
First, Steven, talk about money. Here, what's this price?
Talk about
become
money.
a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody
Ew.
is able to afford it.
Ew.
But it also
Ew.
wants to support the things that we do here.
Ew.
So that was the number that...
Yeah, most people could afford spending $5 a month on streaming services. But they're paying $12 to Netflix and $8 to Amazon Prime and $20 to fucking Disney. And now, on top of all the other subscription services to everything in the universe, they have to pay $5 to see the YouTube videos that you've been making for free for the last 3 years, that you've built a community on, that people are subscribing to you, giving you money on Patreon for. Ew.
just made the most sense for the streamer.
That's very out of touch.
That's
I
awful.
don't know how I missed that. I don't know how that flew under my radar. That is extraordinarily out of touch. That face right there says it all.
Dude's just like, yes, sir, $5. That would be amazing. I mean, fuck the pores, am I right?
Yep, that one just got ripped. Fuck it, we'll do it live, I guess. That's going in the final cut. Are we sure? Eek. Let me lay down the reality here. $6 isn't nothing. Especially not in the
Real.
current climate of things where everyone and their grandmother is making a subscription service for every single fucking thing on the planet.
Real.
We're in the gold rush right now where every company is turning their content into a subscription-based monthly payment to act.
Honestly, what's so mind-blowing is the fact that every single game is trying to incorporate the subscription service thing as well. Every, MMO wants there to be a subscription service. Everything has a subscription service now. Why is that even fair? It's literally not fair. Brother.
Access it. And I mean everything. If you want like a bag of beans delivered to you, you probably have to subscribe to the bag of bean delivery stork service for $5.99 a month.
It's like, oh, Factor, this thing that sponsors like 90% of the YouTubers you watch. Oh my god, that's crazy. Factor delivers food right to your home. Well, I could probably just buy a meal from Factor. No. You have to buy 30 days of meals with the Factor subscription service. Enter code Schmeckledorf in the comment section below and receive 50% off the offer that was 50% inflated for your bargain.
So this is yet another subscription charge they're trying to peddle here for previously free YouTube videos. That's just not worth it for the majority of people and just adds another headache, an unnecessary subscription charge.
Dude, it's like when the Twitch streamers are like, it's only $5. I give you free content. The least you can do is subscribe and give me $5. It's like that. Then everyone made fun of them because being an out-of-touch piece of shit is worth making fun of, honestly.
That I can't.
That's what I'm here for. I'm a piece of shit. But at least I'm in touch. Yeah. If you're chat, let this be a lesson to you. If you're gonna be a piece of shit, at least be self-aware.
Imagine many people being enthusiastic about paying for. Now, to be clear, they're not like removing their YouTube content that's already up. It's just going forward. They're only going to be releasing like the premiere of a season on their channel. And
It's the worst. That's literally the worst. Don't worry, guys. We'll be releasing all the episode 1s on our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support.
then the rest of that season is paywalled. Now, personally, I think it is a
Ooh.
horrible idea. Going through their channel, their videos
Oh,
are
yes. Hit me with the numbers. Hit me with the motherfucking numbers.
long-form content for the most part, like 30 minutes plus. And I imagine with their history working at BuzzFeed for BuzzFeed Unsolved, they've learned how to optimize mid-roll ads. So they're probably pulling in a very high RPM on those videos. I have to imagine that is already covering the cost of production. But on top of that, and I didn't know this until stream last night, they also have a very successful Patreon with over 12,000 members and 3 different monthly payment tiers.
Yep.
And
the lowest of those, unlike someone I know, their lowest Patreon tier is $5 a month. Okay? So I'm just saying, we do the quick math. We do the quickest of maths. And I mean this out with love in my heart. Yeah, that was a lie. But they got 12 million views in the last month. 12 million views on videos of their length is easily 60K. Easily 60K. Like, okay, this estimates between 30 and 88. It's 60K. All right? That's what I'm going to be sticking with. It's an easy peasy, schmeezy pickles 60K. All right?
just for the cherry on top of this money cake, Mr.
That's ad revenue, okay? That's aside from the 30,000, what did he say, 12,000 members on Patreon, each one paying at least $5 a month, probably more. But we'll be conservative, and we'll go as low as we possibly can, okay? So that's $60,000 more a month. They make $120,000 every single month, purely and utterly, and this is lowballing it on ad revenue and Patreon, okay? A month! All right, let's get into sponsors.
Mr. Krabs style, they have a ton of merch, obviously, but
I didn't even calculate the merch.
biggest thing is they do a ton of brand deals. From what I can see,
Which is not a bad thing. Get that bag, right? You're giving them free content. Get the bag. Get the brand deals. Have a Patreon. Give them exclusive shit there, sure. But don't paywall something that's free. That's one. Don't say that anyone could afford it, because that makes you an out-of-touch piece of shit. That's two. And three, you have these people that are supporting you on Patreon, and they don't even get a free subscription to your service. They give you $100 a month on Patreon, and they have to pay another $6 on top of that to watch your videos. Like, it's actually tragically unhinged.
they run a lot of ads in their content. And many of you might not remember this. I actually own a company that specializes
Mana Talent. Great people.
in putting brands with YouTubers and running ads for major YouTube channels. It's called Mana Talent Group. And I started that back in 2018, so I know what these deals look like. So I'm going to break the magician's code here and give you a little spitball estimate on what I think
My estimate was 30K a video.
they're making per ad. With a channel of their size and their views and this style of content, I would wager a guess that each brand that appears in their content is paying between $15,000 and $35,000 a piece
Well, 30K was somewhere in between. I guess that was on the higher end, but yeah.
to be there. Now, I know that's kind of a wide ballpark. It's just hard for
It's way more than 15K. There's no way it's just 15K. I don't know anyone their size that would take a 15K sponsorship.
me to guesstimate from the sidelines what their deals might look like, because longer-term partnerships...
But anyway, that's 4 videos a month, all right? Let's say each one has an ad. Some might have more than one. All right? So that is another $120,000. Remember, I was at... Dude, I literally low brainballed it at the very beginning of the video. I'm telling you, I think they're making probably think of it this way, almost $250,000 every month. And they felt the need to paywall his shit.
usually have discounts per slot because they've done a long-term deal, whereas like one-offs or short-term partners are paying more for like the couple of ads they're there for. But I'm confident that none of their brand partners are paying less than $15,000 to be on their content, and I'm pretty confident that it's probably going up to about $35K for their more one-offs or short-term deals. So they're already making tons of money through their content. You were right.
For real. That's wild. XQC said that Moist Critical is just preaching to the choir. I feel like XQC lives in his own world sometimes. Listen, Moist Critical's not saying that they shouldn't be making this amount of money. Let them do it. It's just the paywall and greedy shit that he doesn't like. I don't understand. What are you doing? What would Nux consider paywall worthy? Dude, there are a lot of things I would consider paywall worthy. I'll give you an example. Has Been Hotel is an indie animated show that costs a ton to make. It was incredibly much effort that went into every single episode, all of that, all the voice actors, all that shit. And they put it on Amazon Prime, which is technically paywalled, right? But that said, Amazon Prime helped fund it, helped create it. It wouldn't have been able to be as successful as it was without Amazon Prime. I feel like that is a really great way to make paywalled content. Feet. True, feet. Yes, you see, that's paywalled content because it's not something I'm giving you for free and then removing it and putting it only behind a paywall. Like, if I would give you feet and paywall it, that would be legitimate.
They just don't really advertise it. So they already have this, and now they have Watcher TV.
12,000 members with the lowest the lowest number, $5. Goddamn.
Which is another subscription service, which I imagine is going to run congruent. Or if you pay $5 here, do you also get Watcher TV access? I don't know.
I believe you don't. I think that was a whole gimmick.
Somewhere in the perks? That is a lot of doubloons they are pulling in right now. They got 12,000 members on that Patreon, and some of those tiers, that's a lot of bones. You're not really in a financially struggling situation with this channel. I'm just going to lay down the brass tacks here. I saw a few people defending them, saying like, no, they have 25 employees, they need to get their bread because it's very expensive.
Do I have 25 employees? I don't make nearly that amount of money. And I have their 25 employees. No, wait, I don't have 25. Shit. God damn it.
I'm going to peel back the curtain here real quick. I have more than 25 employees, considering I also have an esports organization, which
Hey, but listen, as much money as Watcher makes, I think Charlie probably makes more, to be honest.
has a lot of players on it. And I'm going to tell you, since they're professional gamers, their salary is going to be significantly higher than their employees' cost. And I'm able to finance all of that completely fine through streaming. And my streaming numbers are nowhere near...
Wow, bro, that's insane. Just through streaming. That's so huge, bro. Oh my lord.
...as lucrative as their Patreon numbers. It's not even close. Theirs blows me out of the water. And I'm not exactly struggling with all of those employees.
Yeah, but again, this is just streaming, bro. We're not talking about how your YouTube channel got, 162 million views in the last 28 days. Charlie's a fucking legend. I love this man so much. He's a beautiful, successful, beautiful man. Did I say beautiful already?
Employees for our esports org. To really drive this point home, one of our star players was $10,000 a month. One.
Yo, what? He literally is paying his players a better salary than almost every other esports org in the game. That's crazy.
And we have well north of 25 in total.
Shit, dude.
And I was still able to do all of that through a fraction of their numbers here with what they're making on Patreon. And I have like a fourth of their RPM. My RPM on YouTube is about 3, and I'm confident that...
So he gets 170 million views, okay? 170 million views. Okay, so divide that by 1,000. That's 170,000 times 3, because he gets 3. So he probably makes over 500,000. Charlie, I'm talking about, probably makes over $500,000 a month on YouTube ad revenue alone. All right, that's not talking about streaming. That's not talking about merch. It's not talking about anything else. That's just pure ad revenue on his videos. And Charlie's an absolute legend. Man's literally an absolute legend. And a beautiful man.
The Watcher channel is probably seeing north of 8 to 9 RPM on their videos. And still, I wasn't exactly struggling to cover all of these employees' costs. So I don't think that this subscription paywall service is necessary for them to stay afloat.
Absolutely not. And they really framed it like, unfortunately, YouTube is becoming too difficult for us. We must head to future ventures. I have no choice. The suffering, the pain. We must paywall our content now to survive. And it's like, bro, why are you framing it that way when you're pulling in $250,000 a month? Come on, brother.
Especially not...
But 25 employees! I pay them all minimum wage. It's so difficult.
Since they have...
I'm joking. I have no idea what they pay their employees. It's just It's just, they made this whole, like, cry for help, goodbye YouTube video, and it's like, oh my god, dude. They really thought that they were gonna walk off into the sunset like MatPat with that one. They're like, god damn, we're becoming the next MatPat. And then the internet was like, what?
This Patreon, and they have such
See, if MatPat would have made a brand new theorist.com website where you can watch game theories and film theories for a meager $12.99 a month, the internet would have destroyed him.
successful YouTube channel already. Now, this isn't exclusive to just Watcher. There's been a lot of channels that have done similar things, and some of them have seen different degrees of success. I was researching it at the end of stream last night.
Okay.
However, all of the examples I can find of YouTube groups making their own third-party platforms where you can subscribe for exclusive content,
It was different content.
that's a little different because they're not taking what was already free from that channel and
Yeah.
putting it behind a paywall. They're adding like behind-the-scenes stuff, brand new shows, things like that, exclusive to that subscription.
And I respect that incredibly. Remember all the YouTube Red shows where YouTube would work with different YouTubers? Like they did Scare PewDiePie with PewDiePie, which they ended up banning after one of his controversies or whatever. They did one with Logan Paul. They did like a whole lot of these YouTube Red shows where YouTube would actually work with the YouTuber to film like an actual banger show that's higher quality than usual, that has like a whole filming staff and whatever. And that would be only available on YouTube Red at that time, or YouTube Premium now, which is another subscription service, obviously, that you must pay for, right? See, that's behind the paywall, but it's completely different original content and a completely different style than the normal content that's being made. It's not like, now that you are using YouTube Red, you can only watch PewDiePie with YouTube Red. It's like, obviously not. We're not removing PewDiePie's You Laugh, You Lose, episode 4200, and putting it on a subscription service site.
Tier on that third-party website, and for a couple of them I saw that their third-party website was free with ads and you had the option of subscribing for a monthly fee, whereas Watcher TV is only
True.
the $6 a month subscription fee, or the
See, a lot of people have a hard time making it on YouTube, right? And some people's content is really not necessarily catered to YouTube, and therefore, like, you know, it's edgier or whatever. Freaking pedophile hunters or whatever that have a really hard time actually getting by on YouTube by the YouTube guidelines, so they end up creating a show on some other platform or whatever. I have never heard in my life of someone having a successful YouTube channel with no issues. Literally no issues. YouTube is the perfect platform for them, but they're still jumping onto the subscription service boat. It's like they're like, well, this worked for every other thing now. Let's do it too.
the $60 a year. And it's weird because
This is fine bros trying to copyright the word reaction level of cringe greed.
Watcher is already doing what those other channels do on their third-party platform on their Patreon. They're already offering like the exclusive stuff there for the monthly charges, and now they're adding another separate monthly charge for the content that people were used to getting for free on YouTube. So it's really just such a fucking mess. Now, of course, there's no telling if this is going to be a successful venture for them. It certainly doesn't look like it based on the reception here and all the tomatoes that are getting tossed at them. But with an audience of their size, they don't need a large portion of them to sign up at $5.99 a month to make it viable. They don't need a large number of conversion here, and I think they know that. But I really think that they're going to be surprised with how little will likely sign up here, because it is expensive. That's not...
I will. There's another thing that's really, I think, important to mention that I think everyone's kind of dancing around the issue, but not actually talking about it. People that are going to do something like this, where they no longer need their videos to compete well in a YouTube algorithm, their content is going to fall off. Now, I say this with nothing but love and respect in my heart, but if you're going to move all your content to a website that does not necessarily want you to optimize your videos, then you have no competition, and you have no drive to actually make your videos good. Once the people that signed up to the website signed up, most people don't unsign up from anything. I know a lot of people that haven't watched a single Netflix show in months, but they're still signed up to Netflix, because, you know, they've been signed up to Netflix, so they'll stay signed up to Netflix. I mean, they haven't watched anything on Disney Plus since season 1 of The Mandalorian 3-4 years ago, but they're still signed up to Disney Plus because, I don't know, maybe at some point And that's, I think, a lot of what they're hoping for. Again, this could just be speculation on my part, but I feel like they have the ability to have their content take a massive dip if they just release it to subscribers on Watcher.com.
That's not nothing. They framed it like $6 a month is affordable to everyone. What? We all have $6 lying around. You guys don't have phones? You got $6. Like, they make it sound like it's basically nothing when it's not. That's a lot, especially on top of every other subscription that people have in their daily lives.
Real. Think about it. Like, how much money do you have lying around the month that you could spend on entertainment? Pure entertainment. I'm not talking about rent, food, things that you need to literally live. Gas for your car, okay? I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about how much money do you have that you could just spend on entertainment without taking an actual lifestyle hit from it. Now, list all the subscription services or video games or whatever that you want, okay? And now tell me how much you have left. The answer will probably be nothing, because you will not get all the entertainment you want in a month. And Watcher TV, where you had that content for free and now they're putting it on some other site, well, supplies, that's not exactly gonna fucking be nothing.
But I just really think it's a pretty dumb idea. This is going to completely kill their growth as a brand. It's going to be a very hard sell to people that don't know the Watcher.
It's going to be an impossible sell. It's mind-blowingly stupid. It's like every video on their YouTube channel from this moment forward will just act as a trailer to go subscribe to their shit.
Should be willing to pay $5.99 a month to watch YouTube videos. Like, that's just not an easy thing to sell to people. It'd only come from a very loyal fan base that's already hooked on their content in this audience they built on YouTube, which they're now abandoning. So they're not really going to be bringing in new people, I don't think. Even with dropping, like, the premiere video on their channel, I think that's just going to frustrate people more. Like, oh, I really want to watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
Oh, but I have to pay $6.99 for it, and I only get this? Like, that's not...
But the whole channel just devolves into advertising their own shit. It all becomes like the gurus. It's like 6 tricks to lose weight. Trick number 5 will surprise you. Oh my god, they used to work for BuzzFeed. Of course that's what they're doing. No!
It just, to me, doesn't seem like it's going to be a good long-term plan. But I could be totally wrong. Who knows? Maybe people are, like, elated and can't wait to pay for more streaming services.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure all those people exist.
I think that blows ass. I'm so tired of streaming services popping up all over the place like a fucking plague. Awful. It's like Hydra, cut off one head and 2 more streaming services take its place.
Why are there so
many? And now we're seeing it for YouTubers?
Why?
Like, that's not exciting. Point blank, I just do not like it. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like it, Sam I Am. Watcher TV, what a sham.
Damn.
I understand.
Destroyed. Literally destroyed him with Eminem level lyrics right there. That was crazy. That was wild. Annihilated. Destroyed.
Understand why some other YouTube channels have third-party places where they can pay for more content. But they're paying for more content on top of what they're already getting on YouTube. So,
not a replacement for what actually exists for free.
Like, I know Ross Creations has one, which apparently people really like the way he does it. I know Sidemen have Sidemen Plus, and it seems like people like that as well. And from what I can tell, that's just giving you, like, the very loyal, like, ferocious fans more of what you already like. So you're getting, like, behind-the-scenes stuff, you're getting exclusive content that is totally separate from the content that they're already getting on the primary platform. Whereas with Watcher, that's not the case. You're losing what you're used to, and that's it. You now have to access it through $6 a month to get that same content.
And it just feels so bad. It feels yucky. Also, you gotta recognize the fact that if you're paying for Netflix, you have infinite content at your disposal. It's all shit, right? Like, most of the content's not necessarily good, but it is accessible. It is content that is at your disposal. And with Watcher.com, you're paying $6 a month for what? A YouTube video once a week? How insane is that?
It just doesn't feel good. Especially because they already have a Patreon. Like, they were already doing the standard, which people don't mind, and I don't think there's anything wrong with. Where, you know, you're...
See, I have a Patreon. I just never paywall shit, because I always feel bad. I'm always so grateful to everyone that supports me just by watching my videos. I always feel that's why you don't see me sitting here asking for people to subscribe and to my Kick and to my Twitch and to give me money and to donate and to go to my Patreon. Look, if you want to support me and you do all that, I appreciate you immensely. But I don't want to ever paywall my shit. Like, the people that watch me, the silent viewers that never watch, that never comment, I mean, obviously the ones that watch, but the ones that never comment, never donate, never leave likes, just sit there, silently watch it while taking a shit twice a day. Like, bro, I love that. Like, you are my, you know, the majority of my fan base, and I appreciate you guys. And I don't want to paywall shit. Listen. I don't know. That's why it really rubs me the wrong way when I see people just really trying to squeeze every doubloon out of their audience.
Your audience pays the Patreon monthly fee or whatever, and they just get more content from you guys. The behind the scenes, the podcast, the special edition stuff, the sneak peeks, whatever. Like, that makes sense. Like, that's value there, and they keep getting the content that they're used to, that you've been providing to them.
My entire chat right now is spamming, oh my god, I am taking a shit right now, that's crazy, oh my god.
For free, that made them a fan in the first place on YouTube. I don't know, it just feels like a real slap in the face, and I totally understand why people are upset about it. I don't like it either. And I hope this isn't the direction a lot of YouTubers decide to go down in the future.
Honestly, I hope it is. Weed out the greedy, boys! Come on, you've just subscribed to the subscription service of being made fun of on the internet. Honestly, anyone that wants to do this type of shit and really sees the world that way, I say do it. I say go for it. And then I will make fun of you. What a wonderful ecosystem.
I don't really know why they thought this would go over well. To me, it really seems like some kind of corpo suit came in there, like a devil on their shoulder, whispering in their ear that this is the way of the future. This is.
Oh, that's actually a really good call. I didn't think of that. I just thought it was them being greedy. But that's really, really a possibility. Someone got into contact with them, say, yo, I'm running 14 brilliant crypto businesses making gajillions of dollars. I know exactly how you can take your business to the next level. And then you got these 3 fucking YouTube idiots being like, oh, yeah, boss, that's a good idea. And then they listen. That's a very big possibility, honestly. I've been approached with terrible business advices as well. You know, selling my YouTube channel and coming up with these weird subscription services. Or someone wanted to draw my avatar as a main character in a webtoon, and I would just promote it as saying like, yo, this is my webtoon, when in actuality it would have absolutely nothing to do with me aside from the character design. And I was like, what? No, I'm not doing that at all. What the frick?
The way to do things, making subscription-based third-party services outside of YouTube. Grow your presence on YouTube and then abandon it. Try and take all of them to your third-party site where you can really milk them dry for more money. It sucks. Like,
and then there's Sneeko, who did the opposite. He built up the YouTube audience so he could get banned and move to Rumble, where he could become irrelevant. Damn, man literally pulled a reverse Watcher.
That's just not healthy at all. There's nothing good about that direction. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit. That's really it. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. Charlie's takes are always so good, because Charlie knows what it's like out here on YouTube, and he completely recognizes, I think, the fact that, yes, making money is in fact based and important if you want to live, right? That's pretty great. It's just, there are limits to greed. It's like this level of entitlement that's just so frustrating, especially for someone that is doing YouTube. Well, and obviously, all the viewers, all the 250,000 viewers that left a dislike on the Watcher's video. But anyway, the Watcher recently, and by recently I mean yesterday or today, whatever, released a response video, and they titled it an update. So the update video has been much better received than the original video. This one is sitting at only 30,000 dislikes, which is 24% instead of the 87% of the last one. However, I personally don't love this either. First of all, I don't love that there's 3 dudes sitting on a couch on my homepage. I feel like every day I open YouTube and there's 3 different dudes sitting on a different couch, ready to make an apology. I don't like this. This is a I'm sorry we got backlash, not an I'm sorry we were greedy, in my opinion. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Hey everyone,
Maybe I'll change my mind on this one.
Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
Based. Like, I think they're doing a good job in regards to responding. Like, it's as good as it gets. However, I'm curious about the decision to do something like flying out to different places and eating expensive food while struggling with money. The ex-BuzzFeed employee to 3 guys on apology couch pipeline is insane. Yeah, well, anyway, the comments are obviously still having a good time, and I am one of those guys.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated
Is he
it.
asking us?
We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
First, we want to affirm.
Honestly, this is the best thing they could have done. Like, PR-wise, this is the best thing they could have done. However, it doesn't erase the sins. I know that people say, like, you know, if you apologize and take accountability, it erases the crime. Now, obviously, I don't think there's a crime here. All in all, this is not, like, a big deal, okay? Like, a lot of people are getting very upset about this type of thing, and people get worked up on the internet really quickly, are really, really quick to become radicalized haters, but recognize the fact that this is just people that wanted to find a way to make more money, okay? Like, come on, bro. This is... It's greedy, yeah, but it's not like some massive crime. This isn't freaking Minecraft pedophile number 6,400 coming back to YouTube for trying for a redemption arc.
That you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us in so many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows, buying our merch, becoming members of our Patreon.
They have had a really rough last few days, though, honestly, and I do feel for them on that.
And giving words of encouragement over the years. And we are incredibly grateful for your support.
The reason why this falls just slightly on deaf ears, just slightly, is because you knew this, right? You knew. Oh, before you launched the thingy, you knew that you had a loyal audience. You knew that these people are the ones that supported you, right? You're not telling us, like, you just realized. It's like, bro, we just recognized the fact that you've been supporting us the entire time. Like, realistically, dog, you should have recognized that first.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube.
They're not sorry about the message. They're sorry about how they delivered it, because you see, we misunderstood it.
It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you.
See, I don't even feel like it's the expression that was the problem, right? Sorry, I'm pausing it every second. It's just I overanalyze apology videos. It's become a whole thing of mine ever since I had to make some response video of my own. I've literally been so intrigued by all of it.
And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also wanted...
I think you did a really good job. You wanted more money, and you felt like a subscription service was the way to do it. The end.
Deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience.
See, I do believe that, though. I do believe that's a legitimate apology, by the way. He's like, listen, I'm sorry you're poor. Sucks that you are. I recognize you're not going to be able to watch the content anymore. I don't really care about poor people, but I am sorry I said this was affordable, because it's not. Only people that aren't poor are going to be able to support us now, and we recognize that fact. We shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? It's like, bro is actually apologizing for saying that it's something everyone can afford, when clearly the poor people that we don't really care that much about right now, they can't afford it.
With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
So, again, I'm sorry I'm pausing every 2 seconds and it's gonna get everyone annoyed, but I assume you've already watched this video and you're here for my coverage, okay? Recognize how this went so far. Guy on the right starts off by saying, I'm so sorry that you misunderstood and that we delivered the message poorly. I'm sorry we gave you the message poorly. This guy on the left, then says, hey, we are changing things based on your feedback. So what is it? Is it an I'm sorry you're dumb? Or is it you were right, we're changing things? Now, realistically, I think it's somewhere in between. However, this is a very messy apology.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free.
So that's the change. So the thing that what part did they deliver to us poorly in the previous video? Was it just the fact that they care about their audience even though they're cucking them with the price? And the change is that they are still gonna put the videos on YouTube just a month later, so the service just basically becomes completely redundant to the Patreon?
For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund. And all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
As for the question of why we decided to launch our own platform, when we started Watcher in
Money. There's no other reason.
in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved.
Okay.
However,
Sure.
we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers and the constantly changing YouTube landscape.
To me, it looks like you've been getting over 1 million views a video for every video in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 videos. Because to me, it looks like the last 8 videos all got over 1 million views. And then when you go back 2 months ago, you can see that they were getting around 500,000 views. So listen, I could be wrong, but it looks to me like you are actually growing on YouTube right now. And to me, it looks like this response is just a very corporatized kind of bullshitty type response. Right? No? Does that not look that way? Like, their channel is literally growing. Saying that YouTube is becoming harder and harder for us to maintain shit is just not true. Right? Views is not the same as sponsorship. Bro, you haven't been in the YouTube game, chatter that thinks views is not the same as sponsorship. Views are exactly the same as sponsorship. When I was in the middle of the heat of drama, where the internet was hating me, but I was getting more views because I was in the middle of drama, advertisers reached out to sponsor me. Because I was getting more views, even though I was literally in the middle of like a drama cesspit. They don't give a shit. Yes, views does equal better sponsorships. Yes, it does. Raid Shadow Legends will give you more money for a sponsorship on more views, no matter what the context is. I could title the video, "I'm sorry," with a black thumbnail and me looking sad, okay? And it'll be the ultimate clickbait. And Raid Shadow Legends will pay through the nose for that.
We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements. And we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes. And we didn't
Why
want
would
to
you lay people off? Bro, you're making $250,000 a month.
bring Watcher to a close, which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's why we decided
Why?
to launch the
Why?
platform, so that
Why? Your channel's literally growing right now.
we as a company could continue. We could pay our staff fairly
You-
and not only continue
Dude.
to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options...
But how
this
would anyone find your new shows, new voices, all ad-free? How would people find that? Only through YouTube. YouTube is the funnel into the subscription service. No one will ever hear of the Watcher subscription service without the YouTube channel promoting it every single time they can. I don't know, man. It just... They're making changes, which ultimately matters, but it doesn't matter enough. The changes are obviously an "I'm sorry I was caught," not an "I'm sorry I was wrong."
is a decision that we all believe is the best for Watcher.
However, we realized that in figuring out the logistics of what this might take, we overlooked the way it would impact all of you. We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
Okay.
We also
He
want
said it forcefully, so I believe him.
to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting us from the very beginning. All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform.
You know why they're doing that now, by the way? Again, headcanon, Nux headcanon. I could totally be wrong. You know why now they're giving the Patreon members the free subscription code to the platform? You ready? You ready? Because they just changed things, and now everything that's going to be on the Watcher platform is going to end up on the YouTube channel a month later. The platform is now basically irrelevant because everything that's going there is just going to end up back on YouTube anyway. So the Patreon members might as well get a free subscription because it's not like they're not going to see it for free on YouTube anyway. Hence this change that the Patreon members get the free code. This is just the Nux headcanon, but it feels pretty right. They didn't give the Patreon... I'm sure they thought of the Patreon members that are giving them $60,000+ a month. I'm sure they thought about it. Should we give them a free code? No, we shouldn't.
If you already purchased a subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community. And we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Ultimately, if you make good content, you will succeed, and people will keep watching you, and I hope you succeed, I guess. Listen, I don't mean you any ill will. I was obviously I just don't like the disingenuous apologies. They drive me insane, and this kind of felt like one. I'm sorry we were caught being greedy, so we tweaked it to make ourselves not look that greedy now that we were caught, and now there's no point in subscribing to that platform because all the shit's gonna end up on YouTube anyway. The platform just became a glorified Patreon. And the excuses that they gave for their funding and prices, it does not hold any water. They were caught having these insanely expensive flights and meals and travelings. Dude, you're making so much money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
You're
Hey, everyone.
welcome.
Last Friday, we announced.
Yeah, anyway, that was this situation. And I don't know, I saw people saying that this was a good apology. They corrected the mistakes, and therefore the world is moving in a positive place. And people should stop talking about them. Which is why I decided now is the time for me to start talking about them. Thank you for joining me on my rabbit hole of insight and cringe. This has been Lord Nuxanor, the guy who says shit that he believes is true, and bye. It was a pretty good apology as far as apologies go, but not gonna buy it. It was an I'm sorry I was caught. You should have had a ukulele. Elbozos, stay weird, fam. Check out Daniel Thrasher's newest videos, like 20 seconds. Oh, no.
Do I sit here? Yeah. Okay.
No, not the couch. No, it's just white dudes on a couch. Every single YouTube video I click on is just a white dude on a couch. Oh, man.
How? Oh, shit. Oh my God, it's bleeding so much. Oh my God, it's bleeding so much. Oh! Hello. Recently, it has come to my attention that my foot kind of hurts. Nobody even knows why. But with your help,
Oh my God,
and for
dude.
just $6.99,
Oh, no.
we could solve this problem
No.
together.
Yeah, all right, dude. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, dude. Man was a little on the nose, but we appreciate him for it. If you made it to the end, click one of these two videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on Kink. Stay weird, fam.